Hi guys, I'm going to explain how to do the Individual Guided Video Assessment 1C. You can find this assignment under the Quizzes tab or the Assignments tab on Canvas. The instructions for this assignment is to open up the Web Study Guide on the HK Propel website in a separate browser. For this assignment, you will go to Chapter 3, Activity 3.2, and you will evaluate hoppers 1, 5, and 7. For this tutorial, we will evaluate hoppers 2 and 3 so that you know how to approach evaluating each of the hoppers. So first go to the HK Propel website and log on. You will see links to the chapters in the Lifespan Motor Development textbook. You will go to Chapter 3, Activity 3.2. You will click on the Next button, and on the right side, you will see videos of different jumpers, but if you scroll down, you'll see videos of different hoppers. For the Individual Guided Video Assessment 1C, you're going to focus on just the hoppers. For this assessment, you're going to evaluate 3 different hoppers, number 1, 5, and 7, with respect to the movements of the legs, trunk, and arms to determine who is the least proficient and who is the most proficient hopper. You're also going to think about the different constraints or factors that influence the performance of these skills. Then you're going to have to think about what type of specific activities would help to improve the hopping for the least proficient hopper. So if you see a child who's not very proficient with hopping, don't just say practice hopping. There could be something very specific about the leg movements, trunk, or arm movements that they could practice. So for example, if you have a hopper that's unable to maintain balance on one foot, then the first thing they should practice is hopping on one foot while holding someone's hands. Let's go through and analyze Subject 2 together. I'm going to make the video as big as possible so I can see the hopper clearly. And I'm going to focus on the slow motion part of the video. You're going to have to watch the hopper a couple of times to really understand the movement. Let's first by focusing on her leg movements. This hopper is unable to maintain balance on one foot and leave the ground with the hopping leg. She can only jump with the 2 feet together. Now let's watch this again and focus on her trunk. In order to maintain balance, her trunk is a little bit forward flexed, but she's unable to sequence her movements and coordinate her movements of her legs and trunk. Let's watch this video again, and this time we can focus on her arms. It looks like she's trying to generate a bit of momentum with her arms, but she's unable to coordinate her arms and legs together. Overall, I'd rate this child as having relatively poor or low proficiency. Now let's watch another hopper, hopper 3. I'm going to focus on the slow-mo part of the video. Let's start first with the leg movements. This hopper is obviously a very proficient hopper. She's able to hop multiple times while maintaining balance on her hopping leg. She uses her non-hopping leg, or the swing leg, to generate momentum. You can see that the non-hopping leg moves in front and behind the knee of the hopping leg. She's using a combination of both knee, hip, and ankle extension and then flexion to generate the momentum needed to hop on one leg. Let's watch this again with respect to her trunk. Here you can see that she's quite forward flexed, although her trunk moves backwards just a little bit when she's in her flight phase. Forward flexion allows her to have her center of gravity forward of where her hopping leg is, which helps her to produce additional momentum. Let's watch the video again with respect to her arms. When she starts hopping, she's swinging her arms in front and behind her trunk. She swings her arms to help propel herself forward. Overall, the two performances are obviously very different, with subject 2 being very poor in performing this task or having low proficiency, and subject 3 as having very, very high proficiency. For this assignment, you will evaluate 3 different hoppers, 1, 5, and 7, in the same way. It's best to watch each of these performers, take careful notes, and watch the videos a few times with a specific focus on the leg movements first, then the trunk, and then the arms. Once you have good notes, you can have the videos up on one side of your screen and you can begin your quiz. You'll have 30 minutes to complete the quiz. Carefully rate which performer hops the best, from the least proficient to the most proficient. Consider the factors that might have influenced how well each of these hoppers can hop. Then take the least proficient hopper and think of specific activities that might help to improve their hopping. Please let us know if you have any questions or difficulties with this assignment.